dreams, and what you're aiming for. A person who sticks to things believes in what's meant to be. Someone who changes their mind a lot believes in luck. Benjamin Disraeli. We all have dreams. We all want to believe that we have something special inside us. We want to feel that we can make a real difference, help others, make the world better. We've all had a picture in our minds at some point of the life we want. But for many of us, those dreams get lost. Everyday life and its problems cover them up. We stop trying to make those dreams come true. For many people, the dream is gone. And with it, the drive to shape their future is gone, too. Many have lost the feeling of knowing that helps them win. My goal in life has been to help people find that dream again. I want to help us all remember and use the amazing power inside us. I'll never forget the day I knew I was really living my dream. I was flying my helicopter from a meeting in Los Angeles to one of my talks. I flew over Glendale and saw a big building. I stopped the helicopter and hovered above it. I looked down and saw it was the building where I'd worked as a cleaner just 12 years before. Back then, I was worried about whether my old car would make the 30-minute drive to work. My life was all about how I was going to get by. I felt scared and alone. But that day, up in the sky, I thought, what a big change 10 years can make. I had dreams back then, but it seemed like they would never come true. Now, I believe that all my past problems helped me understand things. This helped me create the better life I have now. As I flew on, I saw dolphins playing with surfers in the waves. My wife, Becky, and I love seeing that. It feels like a special gift. Finally, I got to Irvine. I was a little upset when I saw the road to my talk was full of cars. There was traffic for more than a mile. I thought, I hope whatever else is happening tonight starts soon. I want people to get to my talk on time. But as I got closer, I saw something new. Thousands of people were waiting near where I was going to land. Security was holding them back. Then I understood. The traffic jam was caused by people coming to my event. We thought about 2,000 people would come, but there were 7,000. The room only held 5,000. When I walked in, hundreds of people wanted to hug me or tell me how I'd helped them. They told me amazing stories. One mother showed me her son. He had been called hyperactive and learning disabled. She used the ideas in this book to help him. He was able to stop taking the drug Ritalin. They had moved to California and he was tested again. Now they said he was a genius. You should have seen his happy face. A man told me how he stopped using cocaine with the help of some of the ideas in this book. A couple in their 50s told me they were about to get divorced after 15 years. My ideas about personal rules helped them. A salesman told me he went from making $2,000 a month to over $12,000 in just 6 months. A business owner said he made $3 million more in 18 months by using the ideas of good questions and managing feelings. A young woman showed me a picture of herself. She had lost 52 pounds using the ideas in this book. I was so moved by the feelings in that room that I got choked up. I couldn't speak at first. I looked at the 5,000 happy, cheering faces, and I knew I was living my dream. It felt amazing to know I had the tools and ideas to help these people change their lives. I remembered a time, just a few years before, when I was sitting alone in my small apartment in Venice, California. I was crying, listening to a Neil Diamond song. I said, to no one there. And no one heard at all, not even the chair. I felt like my life didn't matter. I felt like the world was controlling me. I also remember the moment my life changed. I said, I've had enough. I know I'm much more than this. I made a decision that changed my life forever. I decided to change almost everything. I decided I would never again settle for less than my best. Who would have thought that decision would bring me to this amazing moment? I gave it my all at the talk that night. When I left, crowds of people followed me to the helicopter. I was deeply moved. A tear ran down my face as I thanked God for these gifts. As I flew up into the moonlight, I had to pinch myself. Was this real? Am I the same guy who, 8 years ago, was struggling, feeling alone, and not able to make my life work? Was I really that guy who was overweight, broke, and wondering if I could even make it? How could a young guy like me, with only a high school education, have changed so much? My answer is simple. I learned to use what I call focused power. Most people don't know how much we can do when we focus all our energy on one thing. Focused power is like a laser beam that can cut through anything stopping you. When we keep focusing on getting better in one area, we learn special ways to make it better. One reason so few of us get what we really want is that we never focus. We never use our power. Most people just go through life, never really trying to be great at anything. I think most people fail because they focus on small, unimportant things. I believe one of life's big lessons is learning what makes us do what we do. What makes people act the way they do? The answers to this question are the keys to shaping your own future. My whole life has been driven by one big question: what makes the difference in people's lives? How do some people from bad situations create amazing lives? And why do many people who have everything end up unhappy and addicted to drugs? What's the secret that makes some people happy and thankful, while others ask, is that all there is? My own big question started with some simple questions. How can I take control of my life right now? What can I do today that can make a difference? How can I help myself and others shape our futures? How can I learn, grow, and share what I know in a good way? At a young age, I started to believe that we're all here to do something special. Deep inside each of us is a special gift. I believe we all have a sleeping giant inside us. Each of us has a talent, a gift, a bit of genius waiting to be used. It might be art or music. It might be a special way of loving the people close to you. It might be a genius for selling, creating new things, or helping others. I believe that God doesn't play favorites. We've all been created special, but with the same chances to live a full life. I decided years ago that the best way to spend my life was to do something that would last. I decided I must help in some way that would live on after I was gone. Today, I get to share my ideas with millions of people through my books, tapes, and TV shows. I've worked with over 250,000 people in the last few years. I've helped members of Congress, CEOs, presidents of companies and countries, managers, mothers, salespeople, accountants, lawyers, doctors, and athletes. I've worked with people who have fears, people who are very sad, and people who feel like they have no personality. Now I get to share the best of what I've learned with you, and I'm very thankful and excited for that. I've seen how much power people have to change anything in their lives in a moment. I've learned that the tools we need to make our dreams come true are inside us. We just need to wake up and use them. I wrote this book to be a wake-up call. It will challenge those who want to live a better life to use their God-given power. There are ideas and plans in this book to help you make real, lasting changes in yourself and others. I believe I know who you really are. I believe you and I are alike. Your wish to grow has brought you to this book. I know that no matter where you are in your life, you want more. No matter how well you're doing or how hard things are, you believe your life can be much better. You are meant for greatness, whether it's as a great worker, teacher, businessperson, mother, or father. Most importantly, you not only believe this, but you've done something. You bought this book, and you're doing something that most people don't do. You're reading it. Most people who buy a book don't read past the first chapter. What a waste. This is a big book that you can use to get big results in your life. You're the kind of person who won't cheat yourself. By using each chapter in this book, you'll be able to reach your full potential. I challenge you not only to read this whole book, unlike most people who quit, but also to use what you learn every day. This is the important step to get the results you want. How to make lasting change. For changes to be real, they have to last. We've all changed for a short time, only to feel bad later. Many people are scared to change because they think the changes will only be for a short time. For example, someone who needs to start eating better might put it off. They know that whatever pain they go through to change will only bring a short-term reward. For most of my life, I've looked for the main ideas of lasting change. You'll learn many of these in this book. But for now, I want to share 3 simple ideas of change that you and I can use right now to change our lives. These ideas are simple, but they're very powerful when used well. These are the same changes that a person must make to change, that a company must make to be its best, and that a country must make to find its place in the world. In fact, these are the changes that we all must make to keep the world a good place to live. Step 1. Raise your standards. Anytime you really want to change, the first thing you must do is to raise your standards. When people ask me what really changed my life 8 years ago, I tell them the most important thing was changing what I expected of myself. I wrote down all the things I would no longer accept in my life, all the things I would no longer put up with, and all the things I wanted to become. Think of the great things done by men and women who raised their standards and acted on them. History tells the stories of people like Leonardo da Vinci, Abraham Lincoln, Helen Keller, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Jr., Rosa Parks, Albert Einstein, Cesar Chavez, Soichiro Honda, and many others who took the powerful step of raising their standards. The same power that was available to them is available to you if you are brave enough to use it. Changing a company, a country, or a world begins with the simple step of changing yourself. Step 2. Change your limiting beliefs. If you raise your standards but don't really believe you can meet them, you've already failed. You won't even try. You won't have the feeling of knowing that lets you use the power inside you. Our beliefs are like orders, telling us how things are, what's possible and what's impossible, what we can and can't do. They shape every action, every thought, and every feeling. Because of this, changing our beliefs is key to making any real and lasting change in our lives. We must believe that we can and will meet the new standards before we actually do. Without controlling your beliefs, you can raise your standards all you want, but you'll never have the strength to back them up. How much do you think Gandhi would have done if he hadn't believed in the power of nonviolence? His strong beliefs gave him the power to meet challenges that would have stopped a less committed man. Strong beliefs are the force behind any great success in history. Step 3. Change your plan. To keep your commitment, you need the best plans for getting results. One of my main beliefs is that if you set a higher standard and you can get yourself to believe, then you can figure out the plans. You will find a way. This whole book is about that. It shows you plans for getting the job done. I'll tell you now that the best plan, in almost any case, is to find a role model. Find someone who's already getting the results you want, and then learn from them. Learn what they're doing, what their main beliefs are, and how they think. This will make you more effective, and it will also save you time because you won't have to figure everything out yourself. You can make it better, change it, and maybe even improve it. This book will give you the information and drive to commit to all 3 of these main ideas of change. It will help you raise your standards by finding out what they are now and what you want them to be. It will help you change the main beliefs that are keeping you from where you want to go and make the beliefs that help you even stronger. It will help you develop plans for getting the results you want more quickly and easily. In life, lots of people know what to do, but few people actually do what they know. Knowing is not enough. You must act. If you let me, I'll be your personal coach through this book. What do coaches do? First, they care about you. They've spent years focusing on one thing, and they've learned the key ways to get results faster. By using the plans your coach shares with you, you can change your performance quickly and greatly. Sometimes, your coach doesn't even tell you something new. They remind you of what you already know, and then get you to do it. This is the role I'll be playing for you. What will I be coaching you on? I'll offer you powerful ways to create lasting improvements in your life. Together, we will focus on, not just play around with, being great in the 5 areas of life that I believe are most important. They are: mastering your feelings. Mastering this alone will help you master the other 4. Think about it. Why do you want to lose weight? Is it just to have less fat? Or is it because of the way you think you'd feel if you lost those extra pounds? You'd have more energy, feel more attractive, and feel more confident. Almost everything we do is to change the way we feel, yet most of us don't know how to do this quickly and effectively. It's amazing how often we use our brains to make ourselves feel bad, forgetting about the many talents we already have. Too many of us let outside events control us. We don't take charge of our feelings, which we can control, and instead, we rely on quick fixes. How else can we explain that, while less than 5% of the world's population lives in the United States, we use more than 50% of the world's cocaine? Or that we spend as much on alcohol as we do on our national defense? Or that 15 million Americans are told every year that they are very depressed, and more than $500 million worth of the drug Prozac is given out? In this book, you will learn what makes you do what you do, and what causes the feelings you have most often. You will then get a step-by-step plan to show you how to find out which feelings are good and which are bad. You will also learn how to use both kinds to your best advantage. Your feelings will become a powerful tool in helping you reach your highest potential. Mastering your body. Is it worth it to have everything you've ever dreamed of, but not have the health to enjoy it? Do you wake up every morning feeling energized, powerful, and ready for a new day? Or do you wake up feeling as tired as the night before, with aches and not wanting to start all over again? Will your current way of life make you a statistic? 1 of every 2 Americans dies of heart disease, 1 of 3 dies of cancer. We are digging our graves with our teeth by eating foods that are high in fat and have no nutritional value. We poison our bodies with cigarettes, alcohol, and drugs and sit in front of our TVs. This second lesson will help you take control of your health so that you not only look good, but you feel good and know that you're in control of your life. You will have a body that is full of energy and allows you to reach your goals. Mastering your relationships. Other than mastering your feelings and body, there is nothing I can think of that is more important than learning to master your relationships with your partner, family, friends, and coworkers. After all, who wants to learn, grow, and become successful and happy all by themselves? The third lesson in this book will reveal the secrets to creating good relationships, first with yourself, then with others. You will start by finding out what you value most, what you expect, the rules by which you live, and how it all relates to the other people in your life. Then, as you become great at this skill, you will learn how to connect with people deeply and be rewarded with something we all want, a feeling that we have made a difference in other people's lives. I've found that the greatest resource is a relationship because it opens the doors to every resource I need. Mastering this lesson will give you unlimited resources for growing and helping others. Mastering your money. By the time they reach the age of 65, most Americans are either broke or dead. That's not what most people want for themselves. But without believing that you deserve to have enough money and without a good plan, how can you make your dream come true? The fourth lesson in this book will teach you how to go beyond just getting by. Because we live in a capitalist society, each of us can make our dreams come true. Yet most of us feel pressure about money, and we think that having more money would make that pressure go away. This is not true. The more money you have, the more pressure you're likely to feel. The key is not just getting money, but changing your beliefs and feelings about it. You need to see it as a way to help others, not the only way to be happy. To create a future with lots of money, you will first learn how to change what causes you to have little money. Then you will learn how to have the values, beliefs, and feelings that are needed to have wealth and keep it. Then you'll set your goals and shape your dreams to achieve the highest level of well-being. This will give you peace of mind and free you to look forward to all the possibilities that life has to offer. Mastering time. Great things take time. Yet how many of us really know how to use time? I'm not talking about time management. I'm talking about actually taking time and changing it so that it becomes your friend instead of your enemy. The fifth lesson in this book will teach you, first, how short-term thinking can lead to long-term pain. You will learn how to make a real decision and how to control your wish for instant rewards. This will allow your ideas, your creations, even your own potential, the time to grow. Next, you'll learn how to make the plans for following up on your decision, making it real by taking lots of action, being patient, and being willing to change your approach as often as needed. Once you have mastered time, you will understand how true it is that most people think they can do more in a year than they really can, and they think they can do less in 10 years than they really can. I'm not sharing these lessons with you to say that I have all the answers or that my life has been perfect. I've had my share of hard times. But through it all, I've managed to learn, keep going, and succeed. Each time I've had a challenge, I've used what I've learned to make my life better. And like yours, my skill in these 5 areas keeps growing. Also, my way of life may not be the answer for you. My dreams and goals may not be yours. But I believe that the lessons I've learned about how to turn dreams into reality, how to take something you can't see and make it real, are important for any kind of success. I wrote this book to be an action guide, a book for making your life better and more enjoyable. While I'm very proud of my first book, Unlimited Power, and how it's helped people all over the world, I feel this book will bring you some new and powerful ideas that can help you take your life to the next level. We'll be looking at some of the basics again, since doing things over and over is the key to learning. I hope this will be a book you'll read again and again, a book you'll come back to and use as a tool to find the answers that are already inside you. Even so, remember that as you read this book, you don't have to believe or use everything in it. Take the things you think are useful, use them right away. You won't have to use all of the plans or tools in this book to make some big changes. All have the power to change your life on their own. Used together, they will create amazing results. This book is full of the plans for achieving the success you want. It has ideas that I have learned from some of the most powerful and interesting people in our country. I've had the chance to meet, talk to, and learn from many different people with impact and character, from Norman Cousins to Michael Jackson, from Coach John Wooden to money expert John Templeton, from business leaders to cab drivers. In the following pages, you'll find not only what I've learned, but also what I've learned from the thousands of books, tapes, talks, and interviews that I've done over the last 10 years of my life. As I continue the exciting journey of learning and growing a little bit more every day. The purpose of this book is not just to help you make one change in your life, but to help you take your whole life to a new level. The focus of this book is on making big changes. What do I mean by this? Well, you can learn to make changes in your life, get over a fear, make a relationship better, or stop putting things off. These are all very valuable skills, and if you've read Unlimited Power, you've already learned many of them. However, as you continue through the following pages, you'll find that there are key points in your life that, if you make one small change, will change everything. This book is designed to offer you the plans that can help you to create and live the life you dream of. In this book, you will learn simple and specific plans for finding the cause of any challenge and changing it with the least amount of effort. For example, it might be hard for you to believe that just by changing one word that you use all the time, you could change your feelings forever. Or that by changing the questions that you ask yourself, you could instantly change what you focus on and what you do every day. Or that by making one belief change, you could greatly change how happy you are. Yet in the following chapters, you'll learn to master these ideas and many more to make the changes you want. And so it's with great respect that I begin this journey with you as we discover and reach our deepest and truest potential. Life is a gift, and it gives us the chance and the responsibility to give something back by becoming more. So let's start our journey by looking at